Honourable Member for Vancouver East.
Mr. Speaker, I rose in this House on May 25th, and it was around the government shutting down debate on Bill C-76. This week, Bill C-76 returns to the House for third reading. We're 3 years into the Liberal majority mandate. Canadians trusted the Liberals to follow through on their big democratic reform promises. We all remember the big promise from the now Prime Minister that the 2015 election will be the last under the first past the post system. In Vancouver East, like many MPs, I held a town hall and consulted with my constituents. Overwhelmingly, the people in Vancouver East wanted to see a new voting system. They wanted every vote to count. They wanted to see proportional representation. This was echoed through the extensive consultation the committee undertook. Sadly, after the election, the Prime Minister suggested that Canadians, quote, have a government that they are most satisfied with, and the motivation to want to change the electoral system is less urgent. In a truly disappointing show of brazen partisan bias, the Prime Minister then abruptly abandoned the promise to Canadians. That's not what democracy is, and I hope that this broken promise and insult to Canadians is not forgotten in 2019. As I said, after 3 years, we're only now reaching the report stage of a democratic reform bill. You may wonder what took so long. Stephen Pearl, Canada's Chief Electoral Officer, made it clear any major electoral reforms needed to be passed by the end of April 2018. The 230-page Bill C-76 wasn't even tabled until April 30th. The Liberal government is treating democratic reform like the stereotypical procrastinating high school student that no one likes working with on an important group project. They show up last minute, they don't do what they told everyone that they were going to do, and then they have the audacity to impose things on the rest of the group so that the work will fit under their schedule. That's exactly what they did when they broke another democratic reform promise to Canadians by shutting down debate on an elections bill. Now that the bill is back in the House to be debated for report stage, my colleague, the member for Skeena-Bulkley Valley, has informed me that this government continues to be the group partner nobody wants. Bill amendments are like editing our legislative work. Unfortunately, the Liberal government, after showing up last minute and not completing the work they said they would, refused to accept edits to fix the holes and missing pieces in their work. My colleague, a tireless champion for improving Canada's democracy, tried to ensure that Bill C-76 protected voter information. He tried to strengthen privacy protections to prevent election meddling in the digital age. Rejected. He tried to push my former colleague and now Mayor of Vancouver, Kennedy Stewart's Gender Equality Initiative. The government wouldn't even talk about it. So why has this government broken so many promises to Canadians on this issue? Why have they put partisan interests over improving our institutions? And why have they failed to move legislation on electoral reform for so long?
The Honourable Parliament.